Can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to defend reasonable conservatives here in America. This feels so odd, but I have to do it because, quite frankly, a lot of the stuff from my side of the political argument, the liberal argument, you know, are just, you know, I can't explain it. It's just ridiculous what my side of the political argument's doing. So anyway, first thing I want to kick off with is, a thing that from being liberal and from a very biased news source called If You Only News. Right away, it's a very biased news source. And the article is 3 ridiculous things that the GOP predicted would happen by 2015 if Obama won re-election. Look, I see these articles all the time, and some of these articles are directed towards, you know, liberals and conservatives equally, but more so, liberals get shit on conservatives more than conservatives shit on liberals. And quite honestly, there are conservatives, American conservatives, on the other side of the political argument, who did vote for Obama in 2008 and who did vote for him in 2012. There are conservatives who actually did vote for Obama. Now, if they're going to do an article like this, I mean, make it, first of all, acknowledge which GOP you're talking about. There's 2 different GOPs in Congress as we speak. There is the reasonable Republicans who still identify as Eisenhower Republicans, and then there are the ones who are just impossible to deal with, and they're the Tea Partiers, and this is why John Boehner resigned. Seriously. Stop. Liberals, please, stop. Stop with these biased articles and claiming that these are predictions the GOP or whoever said would happen and whatever. Stop with these articles. You want to know why no one takes our side seriously? Isn't that pretty hard to figure out? I have a beef with memes. I don't like memes that are done in mean spirit towards groups of people or a person as a whole. I don't like that. Like, for example, I have a meme that says, "Of course I'm pro-gay. I didn't practice as much to say an amateur gay." I say that about myself, because that's true. It's just, I'm pansexual. It's just who I am. Now, I find that meme funny, but yet true. But yet, there's this meme right here, which has a truth to it, but then there's a bottom part to it, which is completely phallicized. The Catholic Church is now more progressive on science and social issues than the Republican Party. If you think the Republican Party isn't, share if you think the Republican Party is an embarrassment to the U.S. Right there. See? No doubt a liberal made that. Because, by the way it's worded. Look, first of all, let's tackle this. The Catholic Church is now more progressive on science and social issues. Not completely. But it is moving in a progressive direction, but it isn't progressive as a whole. Okay? Issues on the Republican Party. Now, once again, which Republicans are you talking about? If you're talking about the Tea Party Republicans, I agree 100%, but I know a lot of people who are Republican, who are conservative, who are genuinely good people, who love the Pope just as much as I do. And the bomb part really bugs the hell out of me. Share if you think that the Republican Party is an embarrassment to the U.S. Really? Really, liberals? I'm a liberal calling my own side out. Really? 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 You think you don't think our side, the Democratic side, hadn't done anything remotely embarrassing? 2014, the ultimate low midterm election turnout, that's pretty goddamn embarrassing. I mean, look, Democrats and Republicans have both done something embarrassing, but you know what? That makes us humans. I mean, were there big mistakes that are unforgivable, like the government shutdown? Yes, that is an unforgivable mistake. However, that doesn't stop with the generalization that you know that all Republicans think like the Tea Party. No, that is not true. That is not true. That is not true at all. That's a sweeping generalization, which is not true. And I want to point out the hypocrisy of the liberal left on my side. There's an article that I shared from Gawker.com, and the headline is, Maine Republican demands bill to post welfare recipients' addresses online. Here's the hypocrisy here with the liberal left, and I see it all the time because I'm a liberal. Look, some of you liberals are getting your goddamn panties in a bunch over this guy wanting welfare recipients' addresses to be put online for public knowledge, but you're not even making a stink about the guy who bumped the price of the HIV pill, then took the criticism and is rolling back the price. It should be back to its original price by this week coming up, but yet you guys are completely forgetting that his home address is now public knowledge, and you're not saying anything about that. So instead of saying, oh, the welfare recipients' addresses shouldn't be online, I agree, they shouldn't. Neither should the horrible man who raised the price of the HIV medication. I mean, he's entitled to his privacy just as much as the welfare recipients are. And I just want to point out something else. Memes are overly overly generalizations all the time. And I just want to call out from my side of the argument, not from the political side, but from the God debate side. And I don't even do debates with religious people anymore, or I don't even talk about religion as much anymore, because, quite frankly, I don't care what people believe if they help out their fellow man, if they help out their fellow woman, and if they just help better a community through their religion or whatever, I don't care. I just don't care. I do care that they're helping out humanity for the better, but I just don't care what they believe at the end of the day, because it's their belief. I have no right to tell them that they're delusional or stupid for believing what they do. Okay. And I know some atheists are going to get pissed at me for bringing this up, but you know what? I don't give a shit. Look. Stop with the memes that say, this is what Christianity looks like to a liberal, and it's a picture of Pope Francis hugging a small boy in New York who wanted to hug the Pope. But a bomb picture, it has a picture of Mike Huckabee and Kim Davis and someone else saying, this is what Christianity looks like to conservatives. I rest my case. Stop. Like I said, those memes are so overly generalized, are based on generalizations that aren't even true to begin with. And the other thing is, though, there are liberal Christians who are dickheads, and there are conservative Christians who are dickheads, but there are conservative and liberal Christians who are good human beings, and who... Look, there are conservative Christians who said what Kim Davis did was wrong. Okay? And that's the other thing to my side of the argument. Stop with all these Kim Davis memes. Look, no one's defending her crime. No one's saying that she was put in prison for what she believes. No one's saying that. But here's the thing, though. And this is the message I'm trying to convey to my side of the God debate. Stop picking on her like as if she's the worst person in the world. There are much worse people in the world to, call out, but to constantly be making memes about Kim Davis and keep picking on her, you're being just as mean to her as she was to the gay community. I mean, it's ridiculous. Two wrongs don't make a right, people. They just don't.